Hi, I woke up the other morning not feeling angry, and I felt so much light and joy and peace. Now, the thing is that I had no idea that I was actually feeling angry. And I had some things that were, um, I would say, making me kind of angry, but I wasn't able to feel that I was actually really angry. I didn't know the anger had lifted until it was gone. So I wanted to share with you a little bit of a story about what happened, how it happened, and how this can help you with your health, your vitality, your happiness, your finances, your financial transactions, and just overall uh, really connecting to your soul purpose, and living a life that you absolutely love and thrive. So there's only a few things from now, my perspective, that are interfering with us. And they're things that I actually didn't believe for many, many years of my life. And I thought that I was doing everything under the sun, and I was doing everything that I could possibly find to help me live a life that I absolutely loved, which meant for me feeling happy and healthy and radiant and energized, living in a body that I absolutely love, and a clear mind that has the capacity to focus, and emotions and happy, healthy relationships, and being wealthy and having money flowing and connected to my life purpose, and doing something that's really meaningful for me has been the only thing that I have cared about in my life. So if we haven't met, hi, welcome. My name is Johnna, and I do soul sessions, and I'm here to help you really activate your soul power, your light, your purpose, and live a life where you are thriving in every area of your life: relationships, love, finances, wealth, prosperity, travel, adventure, and doing something that you absolutely love and feel on purpose with. So I want to go back a little bit to when I was 14 years old. I was standing on a street corner by myself. I had left the home that I was living in because it was not safe to be there. And no, I wasn't, thank God, needing to sell myself or my body. I somehow was guided and taken care of. But it was in that moment that I was standing on that street corner by myself that I decided somehow there was something inside of me that said, Johnna, if you don't do something serious, you are going to have a life like you've always had, and like all the other people that had great intentions and really meant well, but they were stuck living in lack, in poverty, in fear, in health issues, and not very good circumstances. And I just knew inside of me that there was a different way, and I was determined to find it. So I went to the library and I got a cassette tape by the name of, it was The Psychology of Winning. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but I listened to that cassette tape. Tracy, what is his name? But anyway, over and over and over again, The Psychology of Winning. And it put me on a path to learn every single thing that I could learn in order to change every single thing about my health and my vitality. You see, I was bedridden from the time I was 11 until I was about 18 years old, off and on. Spent many, 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 many months in bed. I had asthma so severely I couldn't run across the street. I do not have asthma anymore. I am, shouldn't even say it doesn't matter my age, but happy, healthy, vibrant, successful, strong, flexible. I can run, I can climb mountains, I ride my bicycle, I learned how to play tennis when I was 53 years old. Amazing. Couldn't hit a single ball when I started, and now I think I've hit maybe 211 might be my record. So when you set your mind to something, you can absolutely 100% achieve it. And I'll tell you what, if somebody else can do it, you can do it too. And you are here to thrive. So I'm going to share a couple things that just happened recently because I think it's really very valuable. Sometimes circumstances and things are happening and we can be in judgment about why they are happening. So first rule in manifestation is to make sure you are connected to what it is you desire and not see anything in the 3D world as negative. You want to see all the experiences that you're having as positive or thank you, thank you, thank you, because it's bringing you closer to your goal. So that is incredibly important. So what I learned in my life is that every single breakdown is a breakthrough. But what I want to share with you, what is actually causing the breakdowns? What is causing the health issue? What is causing the financial lack? What is causing the disharmony in yourself and in your relationships? Because that's what I cared about. I actually cared about feeling different, being different, and having different results. So I want to share with you an experience. Actually, I want to share with you an experience that I had while I was in India. And the first time I went to India, I went because my life had completely fallen apart. I had been in my 12th car accident. I was in bed for 6 months. I was told I probably wouldn't be able to do yoga anymore. Not true. I was told I wouldn't be standing straight 20 years ago ever again. Not true. I promise you, when you can have determination and focus and learn what I'm sharing with you today, it is a game changer. So I'm in India. I go to see this guru who I didn't believe in gurus. I didn't believe in God. I didn't really know what I believed, but I guess I would say that I was open. And because my life had completely fallen apart on all levels, and I literally couldn't afford to live in the United States for one more month. So I had, I think, $1,500, no, $3,000, and I put my ticket on a credit card, and I went to India to see this guru because my yoga teacher had been talking about this guru for a couple of years, and I always like closed my eyes and closed my ears, and I was like, I'm not interested in that. I'm just interested in the yoga part, the physical aspect of yoga, because it's helping me feel better inside my body, which I highly recommend. It is wonderful. So I pack up my bags. I go to India, have no idea how long I'm going to be there. I had medications, I was wearing a brace, and I went to see this guru because I thought, well, I might as well check out this God thing that my teachers have been talking about for years. So I go to the ashram and I'm like, this is not for me. This is ridiculous. So after I was there for about a week or so and I was going to the darshan every day, I decided I'm going to go and do a Buddha pilgrimage. And I was in southern India and I decided to go to Varanasi. No, not Varanasi. Well, I did go to Varanasi, but to where the Buddha was born, where he received enlightenment, and where he has since passed. And that's on the border in Nepal, from India and Nepal. So anyway, so I thought, oh, I'll do that. That makes more logical sense to me. And so I bought my train ticket, not first class either. I bought a regular train ticket to go on this pilgrimage. And the very last day of my darshan there, the guru comes by and gives me the most amazing, beautiful experience, like a Shakti, an awakening. My heart started palpitating and it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was like, are you kidding me? As I'm sitting there in this meditation asana, I was like, are you kidding me? And I was like, is this real? At that time in my life, I'd never had any of those experiences. I've since had many, many different kinds of crazy, amazing experiences since then, and that are fantastic that I will share with you another time. So anyway, I was like, well, I'm still going. So thank you very much, but I'm still going. And so I went on my journey and I spent over 5 months traveling through India. And I would love to share some of my manifestations that I created another time. They are fantastic. But anyway, I'm all the way up in, so I travel, and I go and I have some great stories to share. But I'm back at the ashram 5 months later after I'd gotten food poisoning. And I'm in the ashram, and we created a group of 9 people to have a private interview with the guru. And so I'm there, and it was the last day before one of the women in my group really, really wanting an interview. And I knew the night before that I was going to have to be the one to ask for the interview. And I was incredibly shy. I barely had a voice. I couldn't express myself. And I was so afraid, but I knew that I needed to be the one to ask for this interview, or she wasn't going to have the interview. And I don't know if I really cared that much about the interview myself, but everybody acted like it was a really big deal. So I thought, well, it must be important to receive this special private darshan from the guru. So we're there at the darshan. It's the last, actually, she was leaving that later that day. So we're at the ashram, and the guru comes out, and he was like heading right for me. I just happened to be not really happened to be, because there's no happen to be, right there. And he comes right towards me, and I say, interview, please. And he just stops and he looks at me and he says, how many in your group? And I say 9. And he goes, oh, and he walks away. And I don't really take the long story. I'll try to say it fast. Oops, sorry. Is he walks away, and then he turns back towards me again, and I stand back up on my knees a little bit higher because we're sitting on the floor. There's over 10,000 people at this ashram. The girls are on one side, the boys are on the other side. And he turns to me and he says, how many in your group? And I stand up, and I have to say it really like louder because he's pretty far away. And I say 9. And meanwhile, there's all these girls in the ashram there where I was sitting, and they were literally trying to pull me down. They were pulling my clothes, and they were like pulling me down, and all they wanted was his attention. But I actually had his attention. And the super cool thing is he got farther away, like halfway across the ashram, and he turned around and he said to me, how many in your group again? And I'm like laughing almost. And I kind of stand up even like taller, even though these girls are still trying to pull me down. And I just scream at the top of my lungs, 9. And he mocks me in front of like 10,000 people and says, 9. She said 9. And I was like, oh my God, you have got to be kidding me. And so I sat down, and everyone is laughing like hysterically, like 10,000 people. And I sat down, and I kept talking to him in my mind. Now, you can humiliate, this is what I was saying, you can humiliate me all you want. You can do whatever you want, but I demand an interview. I want an interview. You can laugh at me, you can humiliate me, whatever you want, but I want an interview. And I just kept repeating this over and over and over in my mind. And I don't know how long, it seemed like forever that I was chanting this inside of myself. He turned around and he looked over, and he was really far away, but he goes, you go. And I knew he was talking to me. And I stood up, and nobody held me down. And all the other people that were in my group, we wore these little scarves that same color. All these little other people in my group were like, saw me, and they were like, oh my gosh. And so one by one, they stood up, and we got to go to the mandir and have a private interview, and it was absolutely incredible. So I saw him manifest things, golden gems and jewels and all these kinds of things, and have these crazy experiences. But I actually didn't really believe or think that I had any faith in God, faith in angels. I didn't really think that I believed in anything. So what's really funny is the work I do today. I definitely believe in God. I believe in angels. Angels are real. And I believe in everything else as well in between. And I have been privileged now to see with greater clarity. I really, when I was younger, wanted to have access to what I thought was the most important thing: intuition. What is intuition? And I worked really hard at developing intuition. Well, what I have now is more than intuition, it's intuition on steroids. It's clear cognitive awareness, communication with guides, angels, master guides, the gurus, my soul. I can see, I can hear, I can hear clear audio, clear communication about where to go, what to do, and when to do it, and what to say. Clear knowingness, knowing when. Now, I don't get to know everything all the time because I still have to be a human being just like you, and I'm still tested, and I'm still here to learn and grow. But Spirit will give me clear communication and guidance about healings that I'm doing for other people, about myself and my life. And it's incredible and beautiful. So it's like intuition on steroids. But anyway, this conversation is about me waking up and not feeling angry. And it was so cool. So anger is a thought, it's an emotion, and it's a frequency. And we all have anger frequencies as well as emotions and energy inside of us. And in the United States, I think for the most part, we have a lot of judgment around anger. We're not allowed to be angry. At least I wasn't allowed to be angry. And I certainly was completely shut down and afraid when I would see somebody else being angry. That would really, really scare me. So anger is something that we get into denial about. So this is what I want to talk to you or share with you more about, this piece about anger. So I am doing some healing for somebody, and they are doing business with some people in Africa. And as I'm doing some healings for them, I'm starting to see, oh, there's a different kind of adversary. There's a different kind of demon that I thought that I was clearing, but I hadn't been. This is super cool because I've been doing my healing work now since 2011, and I do it all day long, and I'm really, really, really good at it. I would say that I'm incredible at it, and yet I was missing this piece. And so I want to share this with you because it's so important. All right, so this is so exciting. So I'm doing these pieces, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God. So when I clear adversaries, when I clear demons, when I first started doing it, I really didn't know what I was doing. And I remember I had all these books, and it would say there's spirit entities, there's lesser demons, there's giant demons, and they can only be attached to you and affecting you. I'm like, oh, no, no, no. The lists are really long about the way that adversaries that you know by name or do not know by name can be affecting you. So anyway, have these long lists of all of these adversaries, and then I have some Sanskrit books of adversaries, and somehow found some other lists that other people were talking about. So I always thought that I was covering my basis when I clear adversaries that affect your finances, my finances. And that's the other thing I wanted to share, this transaction situation that I had been having going on with my finances, where they were completely being, my credit cards hacked, all kinds of things happening where I'd write my rent check and it would get sent back even though the money was there, or credit card fraud. I mean, like, all these crazy things have been happening, and I've been clearing and doing healings. I'm like, what is happening? So there's two reasons that I want to share with you about this. And I wanted to make this a short video, so I'm kind of talking fast, but I'm super excited to share this with you because it will change your life. It will change the way you feel. It will change your finances. It will change your relationships. It will change your business. It will change your health, your vitality, your energy, your radiance. Well, it's a game changer. And this was the missing piece. This is the missing piece. And let me just tell you, I've tried everything, and I thought that only the things that were holding me back was myself or other people, like those girls at the ashram, or, I thought the things that were holding me back were the things that you can see with your tangible eyes. There is so much more going on than our little pea brain human mind wants to admit. So it's super crazy. So here I am, a little all over the place, but it's great. So all of a sudden I start to see that there are all these other adversaries, demons, different kinds that I hadn't been clearing. One's from all of these different continents, one's from all these different religions, one's from different islands and all these places. I mean, I'd been working on clearing and healing them from the underworld and from other planets and stuff like that. But I hadn't thoroughly, I mean, and there are places I know in the earth that do have a lot of different adversaries and demons. And so I know about those, but for some reason I missed this piece. So I spent 2 days in constant clearing, and I started now I don't need to necessarily use this prayer, but I started saying and chanting a prayer, and it's a Jesus prayer that I learned when I first started doing healing work, when I was like really new and fresh. And I'm going to share a video with you if you want it. You'll have to send me your email address, and I'm going to gift you a free, like a short, maybe 20-minute, maybe 30-minute, I don't know, we'll see how long it is. I haven't made it yet, where I'm giving you this prayer, and I'm going to share with you lists and names of adversaries to help you clear your finances or transactions or your health or your vitality or love and stuff like this. So I'm going to gift you that. If you have to send me your email and I will send you the information. So anyway, so I spent a couple days and I started clearing I started using the prayer, and I started clearing all of these different demons that were affecting my finances, that were affecting some transactions, that were affecting just, I didn't even realize, making me feel angry. Now, I had this one situation with Venmo that was making me kind of angry because my credit card got hacked 4 times, and they basically, there's no they just keep your money. They just keep your money. And so I was really upset. And anyway, so I spent all these days clearing. And I woke up one morning and I was like, oh my gosh, all of this anger had just been lifted from me. And I felt such peace and such joy. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not mad at Venmo anymore. In fact, I'm not mad at anybody anymore. In fact, life is not a war inside of me. In fact, this feels absolutely incredible. And I was like, there is more peace and more joy and more vitality than I've experienced for some time now. And I'm like, wow, this is so cool. So I want to be able to help you feel better and in your health, in your vitality, and in your finances, and in all of your relationships. So if you are interested in either having a private with me, because I'm incredibly thorough in what I do and how I do it, I would be like so excited to help you feel better and have a life that you absolutely freaking love, because I promise you joy is available. I promise you wealth is available. I promise you happy, healthy relationships are available. You being connected to your life purpose, you actually even having your own intuition on steroids, because I'm going to clear your channels and clear your access to your information and help connect you again to your life purpose. Oh, it's so incredibly beautiful. So anyway, I don't know if I covered every single thing that I had talked about, because I did want to talk about more things. I want to talk about this Venmo credit card situation that happened. So I'm going to do another video about that, because I want to actually share with you what happened, and it's super important, and there's some really valuable pieces that I think are going to help you learn that sometimes when things are happening, they're actually not happening. Well, everything's happening for you, but there's another piece here that's super cool. So I'm going to make another video about that. I'll share that with you. If you'd like me to send you the video, let me know, and just sending you so much love. Thank you for joining me.